Goes off. Hi, you are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our networks and channels. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That young man out there is
Matt Metris in Rochester, New York.
Matt, and I have the distinction of tasting and dissecting today. It's a brand new, hot little brand, folks. Okay, this is, you may have seen her on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram and you're not, you better go find it. It's Tea Capri Tequila. All right. Of course, a lot of you who are collectors and imbibers of agave spirits, you've seen this bottle before. I've seen it in lots of different. I've seen it as mezcal. I've seen it in crystal, believe it or not. But this is new. If you follow her story, her name is Tiffany Capri, I believe, and she is a chef by trade, I think, and it's an interesting story. I'm going to just tell you the story quickly. She reached out to us, particularly about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, asking some questions, and we kind of answered a few of her questions, and then her bottom line was, I'm going to come out with my own brand. A year almost to the day, there are pictures of her on her Instagram standing next to a pallet of her tequila, and this is the first iteration, the Blanco, that we're going to taste here. And I think she's based in Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. And she's just placing this tequila left and right all over Maryland. So right now, her name is Tiffany Capri Hainsworth. She's the CEO of Tea Capri LLC, is the woman behind the vision of Tea Capri Tequila. That's a mouthful. Establishing her flagship businesses as an avenue by which to deliver true cocktail experience in edible form. Okay, so we are going to taste and dissect Tea Capri, and then we're going to give you all the ins and outs on the brand. I'm going to use my Stasso Jarrito.
Same here.
Right. Oh, wow. Holy cow. Did you get that?
No, I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, I just got a
wow. Okay.
full-blown whiff of agave, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to say that was like baked or cooked. It smelled like baked agave. Cooked and baked are two different things. I mean, if they use stone ovens, then you get the baked agave, which is a bit deeper. The cooked agave has more of the green and the vegetal, and it's more depending on where it's coming from. You get maybe some floral notes as well, but that one smelled like baked.
Yeah, and I think they are using stone ovens there. So
are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Some places, even some distilleries or some recipes, even use a combination of both, which is okay too. Either one, but. Wow, as soon as I popped that cork open, man, poof. Wow. So let's see what we got for legs and tears. Now, there's only a Blanco. It's 80 proof, 40 ABV, which is the standard. Oh, nice legs and tears.
Yeah.
I got a nice. Pretty.
Yeah.
You got all kinds of your fancy lighting there.
Fancy lighting. You can see the lights. I got my fingerprints all over the glass now.
You got that fluorescent that highlights your fine features.
Yeah, man, I went full TikTok over here on
there you go. Yeah, all you need to do is learn how to shuffle. Yeah. Because that's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's just it's a dance party in Reels and TikTok.
Yeah.
I love this. This is really pretty. It's pristine. It's bright. Nice legs and tears. But that smell, when you pop that cork, you're going to smell it right off the bat. And it's not.
You really do.
Wow. That's deep.
A little bit of caramelization, too. Are you getting that?
Well, then that would be the oven. I mean, you're going to get the underlying, caramelization, because as much as baking agave in a stone oven is a science, it's still, if it's not cleaned out properly, even if it's cleaned out, you're still going to have some caramelization happening. And if it's a slower bake, you'll get less and less of that. So, wow. I get like floral notes, and then I get that deep baked note. It kind of alternates.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. It's the floral is really subtle though.
Yes. Yeah, it's not. It's that baked agave is just, it stands right up to greet you. It's the dominant aroma. Wow. And by the way, no alcohol. I got no
No, none.
alcohol at all.
Even right down the middle.
Yeah, because most often, and Matt will tell you, if you put your nose right down the middle, you'll still get a little bit of alcohol, and there's nothing there, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I love the smell. I love the aroma. Great story. Let's taste it, man. Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Mm. Mm. Wow.
Okay. Okay. So hear me out.
Okay.
Do you remember from like the 80s and the 90s those like holographic trading cards, and as you turn it, the picture changes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel like that's just what happened in my mouth. So it started like on the sweet side.
Wait. It's got a holographic flavor profile. Oh, oh. It's a sensual. It's a 360 sensual experience in your mouth. I love it.
So it started sweet, and as it moved across my tongue, it went savory, and then it like came back to sweet again. It was crazy.
Well, yeah, but then the finish got hot and peppery, and
Yeah.
then long. This is a long finish, folks. Wow.
I just caught a hint of like mint or herbiness right near the roof of my mouth on that second sip.
Yeah, I can see the herbaceousness. I can see where, but yeah, that first pass it goes in really sweet, and then the mid palate it just expands, and
Yeah.
then at the rear it got just an ever so slight bitterness at the very back, not almost unnoticeable, and then the finish just keeps going, and wow, and it stays on your palate too. That baked agave just kind of lingers on your palate.
Yeah, and still no ethanol. Like none.
No, beautiful retronasal. It's more the retronasal is more vegetal to me. It's not as aromatic or as floral. Sometimes you can taste the floral because it turns itself into fruit. There's no fruitiness on this. Um, it's just baked agave. This is the kind of tequila where if you go to a distillery and everybody who goes, you should ask to taste a wedge of baked agave because it's a treat. Once you do that, you will never forget what that tastes like.
Yep.
The other thing you should do with that sample of baked agave is if you have tequila with you, that is the final result, the end result of the process. You dip that agave wedge back into your tequila. And
I've never done that.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. You want to solidify, you want to stamp that olfactory sense, that data bank, do that. Dip it and suck it off the wedge. And careful. Get your mind out of the gun. Wait, someone hand me a cigarette.
And that's the point we went off the rails. Yep.
Yeah, I know. You know why? Here's what I'm going to tell you about the story about this young lady. First of all, get to know who this lady is. Okay, she again is a chef and a caterer by trade. All right, so she's constantly got her hands in ingredients. Okay, so when I discovered what distillery she went to, I was impressed right off the bat. Okay, because I will give you the numbers right now. and so the backstory. This is coming from no 1584. Okay, and 1584 has 6 brands coming out of it. It's a small distillery. Okay, it's little, and it's called Tequila El Tepozan. And the only other brand I may have heard coming out of it is the flagship brand from the distillery Tepozan. Have I ever had it? No. But I was impressed as hell before I even opened this just now. I just broke the seal off of this thing. And I said, I wonder, in the year from the time she reached out to us to now, I'm wondering what the process was, because I got to tell you, this is a throwback tequila. I am dumbfounded because we don't know. There was no information as to the process of the tequila, so we don't know if they grind it in a shredder, if they're using a tahona, maybe. I don't know. It smells and tastes very much like they're using brick ovens. So I will go there as much, and this is old school. It's rare that you get this kind of like you said, it was a savory kind of experience. It went in sweet, expanded into savory, and it keeps going. It's just on your palate. It's like, wow, man, that's like. I can't remember the last time I had. Well, I can, but in years prior, it's difficult to find a brand like this, and I can only imagine what it's going to taste like when we get a reposado, if ever.
Yeah, and they do have a little bit of information on the website. So they do say they're using brick ovens,
okay,
and a screw mill extraction, and double distilled. They're not saying in what it's double distilled, but. And deep well water.
Ah, okay. All right. That explains a lot. I mean, the well water and I'm willing to bet that their stills, if they're either copper or they might have a copper wire, there's copper involved. There has to be, because this is really good, man. I gotta say. Okay, so you're cocktail wise, what will we do with this?
So I was just thinking something pineapple juice related as it was bouncing around my mouth, anticipating that you would ask that very question. So, yeah, I think something on the acidic side would go well with that, but maybe also like a pineapple mint, something like that. I think I might try that out. I got some pineapple upstairs. I don't think I have any mint, but I'll work something out.
Wow. Every time I take a sip, there's something, it opens up and blooms even more. I mean, it's a delightful flavor profile. It really takes me back to some of the old tried and true ones, like El Tesoro, Tapatio. It's got an old school. It's like it's a new brand with an old soul, folks. It's this one here. I wish we knew more. I'm hoping she just came on the market. Her job is really starting, because getting it to market is one thing. Getting it to the border and getting it to your state, now you got to sell it. And she, by all points, it looks like she's really been successful in doing that. So kudos to Tea Capri.
And just for launching a brand during COVID, man. Like that's
Well, let's face it. 2020 for us was the biggest submission for Brands of Promise ever, and it's not stopping. Okay. We're filming this at the tail end of March. You probably won't see this review until May, because all of our April is already booked. We've already, in fact, if you're watching this, we have pre-released reviews already for streaming on YouTube for whatever we did in like February, I think, right? Yeah. So stream, folks. Watch us on YouTube. You can catch them live first of the month, and sometimes right before, like a couple days. We have so many, we have to release them like 2 days before. So I hope I'm I'm anxious to find out what this is going to evolve into, and if whether she's resting anything in barrels right now, what's in the works, or maybe she's just going to keep it Blanco, because it is versatile. Her being a chef and a caterer, and a personality, because she's gotten all kinds of press, folks. You probably have seen her in the local papers. You've seen her on Instagram. You've seen
a lot
her
on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's even done some television, local TV as well, like morning shows, and she's got a train. She's got a publicity train that's not going to stop. So, when this thing was probably, as any brand will tell you, they're in the pipeline for anywhere from 2 to 5 years. So you're not anticipating COVID. You know what I mean? You're not anticipating a pandemic, and you can't stop that train. So what else surprises me is that right now supply chains are backed up, and she was able to get her pallet to the border. In a like you said, in the middle of a pandemic. So I don't know what she's doing, but keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, keep doing it, and keep bringing it like this, because this is old school. It is really. Hey, am I wrong? Brand of Promise nominee.
Oh yeah, totally. So,
yeah.
So my camera's backwards, so I wrote all these letters backwards.
Oh,
on the
did
card,
you really?
But I see that I did the N and the S wrong.
Yeah, it still reads backwards though. But you know what? Don't try to be your iPhone. Forget it. Just I love those selfies with iPhone, because they don't flip them. That's why I'm an Android person.
Yep.
Anyway, regardless. Hey, congratulations to Tea Capri, Tiffany. Not great job. I am impressed. I'm going to reach out to her. Hopefully I can get her on our open bar interview program, because we're getting to the point where there are so many people that I'd like to speak to who have had brands, in the last year and beginning of this year and prior, that I think would be really interesting to find out how they got in the business. So, wow, yeah, just do we have pricing on her tequila?
So I found some online. Looks like about $50.
Okay, and you know what? It's worth it.
Yep, it's
worth it. This is don't be put off by the price, and all the fanciness, besides on the label, of course, all the fanciness is in the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is she's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I got to tell you, and kudos to her. I don't know who's doing her master distilling, but fantastic. That's our take on Tea Capri tequila. If you see it out in Maryland, and probably maybe other states, surrounding states, DC, let us know. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave us a comment. All right, tell us what you think about the brand and the tequila, and give us a like on the video, of course. Follow Matt on Instagram. You can follow him on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram. And whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.